Okay, so you know what's the cool things about being part of Isaac? And I discovered it when I joined the organization, so it's super nice to see how people, when they are put in an environment when you can you can change things, you can create things, and you get passionate, you start to do things. You start to discover. You start to come up with ideas. So when I was a president in my local committee, the thing that I liked the most of that part of the job was actually to see people committed. They were working on ideas. We were coming up with things that maybe were not that common, but for us made sense. So we were organizing induction seminars with different entities, bringing people not only from our hometown and our home LC, but from countries around, from Austria, from Slovenia, that are countries that are really close to my hometown. But it was something a bit out of the box to bring a different perspective. Or we were getting passionate about doing different cooperations, bringing people that maybe were not matching the supply and demand strategies, but made sense for us and for the project we were organizing. So I got really, let's say, excited about the organizations because we were free and we had the chance to come up with our own ideas. And this was something that was driving me also to move forward with the organization. So as an LCP, then I decided to go to the MC to bring a different perspective, to start maybe challenging a bit the status quo and the structure of the organization itself. So also as VPOD, I was trying to see things from a different perspective and maybe bringing also a bit of innovation or a bit of something that was not common for Isaac in Italy at all. And also as MCP, I was trying to do the same. I was looking at the global direction and was thinking, how can it make sense for my country to create something that is somehow connected, but is generating value for the environment around. So when we started to organize or to surf in, let's say, the wave of Youth Speak and Youth Speak Forum, organizing a regional project and tackling the issues of refugees, we were starting from the idea of making something extremely valuable. And these things that you can see within the organizations, this freedom that you have, and this opportunity to think out of the box is something that really inspires me and drives me to go further within the organization. And also I had the chance, thanks to Isaac, to experience different countries, but not in a superficial way, not as a tourist, but working with people from there. I was part of the national team of Isaac in Malta, and I was working on the marketing department, and I was able to see how people think, work and take decisions in a completely different environment, in an island as Malta is. Or I had the chance to be a leader in Isaac in Egypt and to see how the passion, the culture can drive behaviors in a different way. So my Isaac experience is composed of these elements, and how I fit inside as a personality was bringing this perspective, these ideas, and this will to make things happen that I have since I was a kid. And this is also defining somehow who I am as a person. I like to grasp ideas. I like to look for different perspectives. I like to search, go deeper, and then once I take all of these different inputs, I try to make them to put them in a frame and to make things happen in my reality and in my job. And this is also one of the things that excites me the most. And I try to do all of these things, always keeping myself a bit humble, listening to others and try to get their perspective on things. So that in the end, what you are creating together with the other people is something that is making you grow as a person and make you see actually that you can make a difference. But this difference is not about you or your ego, but it's about making things together with others. So being united in a common purpose. That for Isaac is the organization, the vision and what we want to do, but for the people that are inside the organization, that they experience what Isaac is offering, means the actual development. And maybe it's not conscious, so you don't understand clearly in the first place that you're actually developing leaderships, but through all these experiences and bringing together all these pieces, you're actually doing so. So you have a development that is both unconscious, and on the other side, when you understand it, you can actually foster it, so you can grow a lot as a person. So those are the elements that makes me go further, and I guess that I can also bring on the global level, and that it might be needed to make the organizations fit in the big context. So how I envision Isaac in the next term is actually to start walking the path of 2020 being sure that we have a clear directions in where we want to go, but we still have the freedom to put in new ideas and to be sure that these ideas are connected with the impact we want to bring on the field. So that ISAC International is driving the right behaviors and is creating the right moment and spaces for the members of the organizations to focus on the things that matter and on the ambition that we have for the next term. And this is also the contribution that I want to bring through my ideas. So if you look at my application, I brought examples of things ISAC should be inspired for, of models that we need to take, on parts that need to be flexible and parts that need to be steady, to be sure that while walking these directions, we can make the organization grow more and more, driving the right behaviors as global office. And my values, my experience, the way I think, the way I take ideas from different parts, is an asset that I want to bring on the global level. Also being sure that as global office we keep humble, we keep listening to the network, and then we take the best choices for the organization and for its future. Thank you.